Welcome to the November meeting. Thanks all for coming out. Gorgeous day, just a little bit chilly. Keep it down, he says. Yeah. I have been told that as the speakers come up here, the people in the back can't hear when you don't use the microphones. So everybody that comes up to speak today, would you please mind holding on to it, even though it's not working as well as I would like. In the meantime, everybody stand up, uncover, and let's say pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty. Any guests this morning?
I'm Mark Thomas. I'm still a new member here, but I have a lot of interest in this. I brought a friend of mine this morning who is also my daughter's father-in-law, Jim Mosselman. We share a number of things, interest in children, grandchildren, rye whiskey. And I found out the other day in talking, he's also an enthusiast in aircraft World War II vintage. So,
all right, welcome.
Anyone else here?
Jerry brought my friend Jerry Whittar.
Hi. Hey, Jerry. You shouldn't have called him your friend. Now he's hiding. Anybody else? Thank you all for coming. Dwight, you're sort of a... Hey, everybody, Dwight's back.
Is Dennis here?
Well, we're getting to that. Dennis Vogan, you in the room? Who wants to be Dennis today? You're tired of being Dennis, huh?
What are they doing at me?
I'm Dennis.
She's Dennis for the day.
Dennis for the day.
And then change your name tags as you vote so you can get
Chicago's vote early, vote often.
new members needing swearing at or in, or Jeff, come on down.
Swear a new one out?
yeah, awesome. Two.
Here I made the... Wow, we got a big turnout. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. If you don't mind, they told me to use the mic. Just introduce yourself to the crowd.
Good morning. My name's Jeff Barthol, and I'm in several military clubs, Kansas City Military Collectors Club, the NVPA, and now part of this group. So I'm looking forward to being a member here.
Cool. I'm Tom Ward, retired Army guy. I was an EOD guy in the Army, so that was my specialty. Cool. Thank you. And I'm, like I said, retired from active duty, but I'm on the faculty at the Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth. John Curatola, you know, is a comrade. He's much more memorable. So but it's good to be part of that team and great to be part of this team. You're a flyer too, right? I do. Yes, sir. Yeah. Work on an airplane? I'm sorry. Pardon me, I have a little Grumman American AA-1A. Yeah, it has 2 seats in it, but when I put myself and full fuel in there, that's it.
My name is Paul Schaefer. I didn't serve in the military. I'm not a pilot, but I'm an engineering background and retired. I came out here on Saturday morning and really enjoyed the program, so I decided to join up.
Great. Say something about the length of my cords, but it's...
Hey Brian, is that thing turned
I don't
on?
think Mike's
Is it
on.
turned on?
How much you think I forget to turn it on? We
We didn't have any feedback,
You need
so.
the microphone to answer that. Anyway, raise your right hand, please. This is the Colonel oath at CAF. I do solemnly swear. I will contribute my time and talents. Working to attain the objectives of the Commemorative Air Force. And by these actions. Reflect credit upon this organization. And I will bear true faith and allegiance to my country. Thank you much. Welcome aboard. You can pin it on there. Alrighty. Yay, new membership. For those that are visually challenged, the Huey is back. The big Huey helicopter is downstairs if you guys want to look at it. They're very appreciative that they get to keep it out of the winter weather. We're appreciative that they brought it back to the museum. So go on down and look at it if you haven't had a chance yet. Jerry Sladish, John Wittenborn, Mike Batliner, thank you guys for coming out in the cold and rearranging the hangar and making space for the Huey, and Bat for tugging the Huey in. First shot, you got it perfect. Cleaned it up. You might notice the yellow T6 is not here. I called Jeff and he said it's actually much better flying weather in Florida. So, who knew? So the T6 will be gone for those that ask until March. He said sometime in March he's going to bring it back and should be here pretty much all summer when he's not at shows. Speaking of Mike Badliner, if you start up our tug, you won't hear our tug start up because he put a new exhaust on it. He took it over to Gardner, got a whole new exhaust put on there. Thank you very much. Is he up here now? Yeah. Oh, there he is in the back. Everybody wave, say thanks. Thanks for taking care of all that. That thing weighs like a bajillion pounds. You had to load up a trailer, drive it over to Gardner, and then go back and get it. Apparently there's some wheel bearing issues now. If somebody wants to work on a tug, the hands-on CAF attitude, talk to Mike. I'm sure he'll be taking a wheel off this week. Roof. You'll notice there's no water leaking in right now. Of course, it's not raining, but it's more impressive on a rainy day. The roof is finished. We do need some more repair work, though. There's some sheetrock damage over in that side of the museum. You might notice in the corners there's some ceiling tiles that need to be replaced. We got new ceiling tiles. We need some expertise on sheetrock. If somebody has a desire to do sheetrock work or to learn how to do sheetrock work, please come see me. We'll be doing that in the next month or so. Knock on wood. Where's Jim Neese? Is he here? Neese is here. For those that don't know, we got a bunch of estimates to do the roof. It was about $30,000. Jim knows everybody who knows everybody, and managed to get Aspen Roofing to come on out here for cost. They said about $20,000, so he saved us about $10,000. Thank you very much. As they say, my thank yous and a buck will get you a cup of coffee. Hey, niece, come on up here. The coffee cup. So here's your cup of coffee, Jim. Thank you very much. On behalf of the wing, I appreciate it. Oh, who wants to say something? Surprise.
Yeah. When people donate money to things like the roofs or the kitchen or whatever, a lot of organizations put little plaques up, and we don't do that because we have so many people and so many projects. We can do a budget on plaques. So, what I would like to do is, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I think it's real important. We had people that donated thousands and thousands of dollars for our kitchen. People donated money for our lights that are outside. And I was glad to get us a little reduction in price on this with our financial statement the way it is. It really did help to save us some money. But the real important thing is the people that actually dug in their pockets and went the extra mile to donate $5, $10, $1,000, or whatever to the new roof. So what I would like, I think we all need to recognize those people that donated something to the roof. So if I may, everybody that donated, I don't care if it's $1, please stand up, and I think everybody needs to give an applause. roof a lot better. Thank you. By the way, I'm gonna donate the cup back. I'm gonna keep the dollar.
Hey, quick question before you leave the subject.
Sure, go ahead.
Do we still owe some money on the roof?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
As an update, we saved about $10,000, thank you, Mr. Neese, Colonel Neese, but we've raised, where's Tom McChesney?
Over here.
He knows for sure.
Yeah.
He can tell you, here.
Oh, yeah, I guess I gotta use the mic, even though my dad was deaf, so I can really yell. All right, let's see if we can do this. Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so we spent $20,442 for the roof. We have pledged about $9,700. We've received $8,700 of that. A couple people said they were gonna pay their money this meeting, so if you have your check, please see me. If you want to pledge, if you want to give money, we're happy. We need about another $11,000 or $12,000 to make up the difference. We actually, to try to keep ourselves solvent, we borrowed some money from our aircraft account to pay for the roof, and we need to put that back because the PT-19 particularly is going to start racking up charges as Atlanta gets done with the wings, because we're gonna get started and putting that back together again. So please, anything you want to do, see me. I'll take any amount. I'll take 50 cents. I'll take $1,000. I'll take $10,000. Question in the back.
Have you started a GoFundMe page for that?
We have not done a GoFundMe. We were going to do an Amazon Smile. We cannot do that because headquarters has an Amazon Smile and there's only one per organization. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. We've been toying around with a couple of different ideas. We did do an email blast to everybody that we have on our email list. That wasn't real successful, so people don't apparently think a roof is sexy enough to give money for it. But it's really sexy when it saves all of the stuff we have.
So, kind of an enhanced answer, we're gonna have a development meeting this week, and crowdsourcing is one of the options that we're looking at for raising money for trying to come up with that extra 10 grand. But if you do have ideas or suggestions, email me, call me, pull me aside here after the meeting and say, you know what, my grandkids don't need to go to college. They can highly over it. You could avoid all that student debt if you just give me the money now. All righty, speaking of PT-19, Colonel Stella, you got an update? Jim Stella, for those that don't recognize him from the magazine, he's in the magazine.
Our own celebrity.
Yeah.
So, quick update, got some new pictures in from Atlanta this week. They are doing the last structural piece of the right wing. They're building a new tip bow for the right wing. It's quite the labor-intensive project. They sent a picture, it looked like a giant taco because it's in a big form. And they happen to send it on Taco Tuesday. So, at any rate, they will probably start skinning the wing within probably before the end of the year. With that, according to Tom McChesney, we will start spending larger sums of money in Atlanta. And for those that don't know, the PT-19 fuselage is not currently in the shop. That's because it has been sent out, bead blasted. It is currently sitting over in Gardner with RIA. Brett Bittekoffer, who has already inspected it, didn't find any major structural problems. We found some small spots we need to weld up on the fuselage, so he's already got it in primer. And we'll do some welding on it next. We'll get it painted silver, and we hope to have it back here before Christmas so that we can start reassembling. And we'll start in the process. So those that have any other updates, I don't have any other than that.
Any questions?
The only other update I have is the Stearman, thanks to our sponsors, their Stearman is headed towards OJC next week, hopefully. Right now we found out that the Garmin ADSB device that we asked for is on back order from Garmin, so God help us if that thing takes forever to get. Other than that, we intend to keep the Stearman online until January, in case you have a good day in December, you guys wanna go flying.
Anybody had connections at Garmin, Windward, you know, we can use all the help we can get. The sooner we get for those that don't know, we have to get what they call ADS-B. It's sort of an enhanced radar piece of equipment that needs to be in the airplane, and that has to be done by January 1st, or else we can't fly out of this airport anymore. We'll get her done. Anybody wants to go flying in January and Stearman, you can donate money today. Museum director, Darren Roberts has taken over the museum from Daryl and Ron, and he's got some updates.
All right, we had our museum meeting. How's that?
Too far.
How's that? Right there. Just right there. All right. We had our museum meeting Thursday, and we're gonna have them occasionally every couple months, so I would love all the help. The first order of business that we're going to do is we have to document everything in this museum. So after, we're gonna get through Christmas, New Year, we're gonna have a work day. I'll order the pizza, and we're just gonna take pictures of everything. So if you're available, you don't even need to be a photographer. Cell phone cameras work just great, but we need to document everything. The other thing we're gonna do is, we talked about the floor, we're gonna have everyone spill their coffee and just have coffee-colored carpet, so we never have to clean it ever again.
That's an idea.
So, yeah, there's some great plans. It's gonna be long-term, there's gonna be a lot of long-term things we're gonna have to rework over on the wall, because there's mold, so that's gonna have to be taken care of. But yeah, if you have any ideas, I would love your ideas. Daryl and Ron did a fantastic job. This museum is fantastic, and we want to, yeah. And we want to just take it even further, so that when people come here, they're like, wow, what a great place to visit. So that's the plan. So it's slow processes, but if you want to be involved, or even if you just have an idea, email me. I'll take any ideas you have. I might not use them.
I have an idea.
Yes.
What about a museum field trip?
Yes, we are going to take a museum field trip tonight. The real reason is Baylor plays Oklahoma, I'm a Baylor grad, and I don't want to be anywhere near a TV. So I'm going to see Midway tonight at 8 o'clock. If we want to meet at like Old Chicago at 6:30 for dinner, then go see Midway at 8, that will get me all the way through the game, and I won't have to see what happens till I get home. Yes, sir.
Which theater?
AMC 28 in Olathe on Strangline Road. They have an 8 o'clock showing in the big theater. There's plenty of open seats. I checked before I came over. So if you want to join me, I'm going to go to Old Chicago at 6:30 and hit the 8 o'clock showing. It'll be a museum outing.
Thank you from the pizza director. So that's 119th and I-35 roughly is where the MC 28 theaters are. Christmas party. Christmas party is coming up December 7th. This year, in response to the preference survey that we sent out, everybody wanted to do it Saturday night instead of Friday night. So the party will be, usually it's 6 o'clock cocktail, 7 o'clock we eat. We're going to do a potluck thing. The wing is going to buy ribs. Do you guys want to cover the whole thing since you're the one doing all the work? You heard her, she came up here, she's gonna do all the work. Tag, you're in.
Yeah, we're going back to the potluck format because we had several people that said they really, really missed that, rather than, we had like hors d'oeuvres the last couple of years, and people were a little more hungry than hors d'oeuvres, I think, so. But we are asking that, think about what you're bringing, because we don't need 40 pies or cakes. So some people bring a vegetable or a salad or something. We will, I need a volunteer, raise a hand, somebody to go to Robeck's Barbecue and pick up the ribs. They'll be paid for. All I do is just need somebody to go get those. So if you would like to volunteer to do that, if you would see me afterwards, I'll be happy to let you know where to go. And 6 o'clock cocktails. Still, yeah, and 7 o'clock dinner and Tom's Glory.
And we are planning on sending out an email, e-blast to the membership with the RSVP. Would appreciate if we're anticipating inviting a member and one guest, a spouse or significant other of some sort. But we kind of like to know how many ribs to buy. So when you get the email, it's not an obligation, there's no expense, just email back and say, yeah, I'll be there, or.
Yeah, the wing's gonna provide the.
The wing's gonna provide the ribs, but I don't wanna buy 5 ribs and have 50 people, or 50 ribs and have 5 people.
That's right, yeah, so. If
So
we
look for that in your e-box.
If we could get all the responses by December 1st, when I talked with Robex, they would like to know it at about that time frame. About.
Where is Robex?
One order.
Where is it?
Robex is up in Overland Park, it's 103rd and Row or something like that. It's the one that used to be in Gardner, and Gene Linder always got the ribs from, but they burned, their place burned down and they moved up there. But they have been up there for, oh, probably a good 5 or 6 years, maybe longer now. So if you haven't been there to eat, it's a good, great place to go.
Can you repeat the date again?
December 7th.
7th.
December 7th.
Right, Pearl Harbor Day.
We're gonna have a party out there, just so we like
It
that.
can be our theme.
And we'll set up this for socializing and probably serving tables over that side. Saturday instead of Friday, that's a change to our operation.
Hey,
Dance
Brian?
committee? Go ahead.
Can you have people move over if there's empty seat, because we got a lot of people coming in late and we need room?
Oh, okay. Scrunch up, act like you like each other. Do we have more chairs up here?
More chairs. Here's some chairs down there we can bring up.
Okay. Say again?
I got a card.
Thanks everybody for coming out. It saves on the heating bill too, the more people we can cram in. Dance committee, any update from the dance committee?
We've had 2 meetings with the
John?
organizing committee.
John?
John, no one can hear you back there. They want to see you. They want to experience the full Wittenborn experience. It's about that far away.
Okay, we've had 2 meetings with the organizational committee, and 1 meeting with the sponsor committee that is going to try to generate some sponsor groups. We set the date for September 19th of 2020. We have tentatively set a price for the tickets that will be announced at a later time, and we have tentatively set a date for ticket sales to go on sale, and that will be announced as well. We'll have a letter to all members announcing the plans coming out in January. That seems like it might be a little early, but this is the reason for the dance is to raise money. It's a fundraiser. The theme for our dance is the Victory War celebration for World War II, the end of World War II. And we'll be honoring our veterans. David will be involved, Sean Wynn will be involved. There'll be a presentation at halftime with video and that type of thing, as well as some entertainment by some dance groups and that, some wild dances and stuff like that that you might enjoy looking at. I saw some video of that from one of our previous dances, and it was quite entertaining to me anyway. But I think you'll enjoy it, and the point we're trying to make is we need to get the word out. We have a relatively small group of regular participants, most of whom are in the room here, but we've got a lot more people out in the fringe that just don't come or need to be prodded a little bit. We're going to plan to do that. So that's the dance committee's report.
Great, thank you very much. And the those that don't know, we did get the Moonlight Serenaders back, so we'll be the big band 40s. Well, they can play anything, they said, but there'll be 20 of them up there playing it. And we moved it to September because then it won't be 110 degrees in the hangover. It's gonna be a good time. Everybody come, have a good time. Speaking of video, see the guy with the podium or the tripod over there? Turn around and wave. Say hi, Randall Hawk. Thank you very much for volunteering.
Hi, Randall.
You're gonna be on YouTube. He's gonna take the meetings and put them up with our YouTube channel. Has been dormant for many moons, and we're hoping to revive that. We're gonna put airplane videos, we're gonna put meeting videos. He's got all kinds of ideas, and I appreciate him volunteering. Thank you very much. Dave Dyer, you want to do some announcements? Sure. It wouldn't be a meeting without Dave Dyer. So.
That's right.
Since we're not having a speaker today, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some past events, and I would tell you a little bit about some upcoming events with the hope that everybody will have some items to look forward to. So, past events. My dad and Jerry Phillips and I went and watched The Return to Hartwick, and that was a great movie. Those of you that didn't see it missed a great movie. And I talked to the filmmaker and got the kind of the requirements for what it would take. Hartwick was one of the bases that we flew out of in England, and has some amazing story. It was a great documentary. So I think we could get a large group and do a special showing potentially in the future. Also, Max DeWeese, our 98, almost 99-year-old in a few months, up on the front row, was honored at the Marine Breakfast. Tree was there. We had some nice, Walt Schley was there from the wing, and so he was honored at the Marine Breakfast, and it's a large gathering for the Lenexa Police. And then Max, Ed, Bert Madison, Richard Calvert, and Dean Kling all went to a company called TouchNet and really did a nice job as representing just the commemorative Air Force and talked to their company. They had 2 sets of panels. They treated them very nicely, and the wing should be very happy with just these guys for volunteering their time and going out and sharing their stories. And then Ed Boswell and Betty Jo Davis, we showed their videos at Silvercrest, where Ed lives and Betty Jo Davis lives. And it was Betty Jo Davis, so those of you that don't know, Bill Davis flew the P-51. He was a member of our wing that died this last year. And Betty Jo said, as she saw the film, she said, you know, it's been a couple of months since I've seen Bill. And she was sitting there watching it. We had Ed and Betty Jo up, and I think we're going to try that again and have Max DeWeese. And thank you to those wing members that came out. We had a full room, and it was a super outreach to just share what the wing does. There were 3 other maybe World War II veterans there that were part of their community. We had several veterans. Ed, Richard, and John Kinneyhurst went to Susie Zimmerman's school. So on just behalf, Veterans Day in the past, thank you for all of our veterans here in the veteran community. Tree went and talked to an elementary school this last week at John Kinneyhurst's school. He was bragging about that at the Friday lunch. It was great. So with all that in mind, that's the past. Coming up, for those of you that are interested at Trailside, which is another place I coordinate some speakers, next week we're going to show Sean Wynn's newly released video about Norm Williams. Norm Williams couldn't be here today, but he's a friend of the wing, and we're going to show his video. If you're interested, come see me and I'll tell you about that. At Trailside next month, 3rd Thursday, we're going to have a USO show. We're going to have a Rosie the Riveter. We're going to have the Pearl Harbor survivor, the lady that was a child at Pearl Harbor, and it'll have live music. So those are the interested, come see me and I'll tell you about that. In January, we're going to have our very own Ron Wright, wherever he escaped to, there he is, and team, Gary Hall and Jim, share about their D-Day trip. And I think it'd be great if we could incorporate our very own Dan Fednich, who was flying on D-Day, and I thought maybe we could just do a group thing with you all, and they're going to show their pictures and and again, help us to act like we were there. So that's in January. February is Purple Heart Month again. I hope you all enjoyed last year's Purple Heart event. I'm going to enlist Heather Hauser to help me, first time. And yeah, well, I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited to have you help me. We're going to honor Purple Heart veterans. We're going to have a lady that was wounded in the Fort Hood shooting who received her Purple Heart. She's about 30-ish years old. I've already gotten a commitment from her to speak here. I think that'll be a great opportunity for our wing to honor Purple Heart vets. The USS Pueblo POW will be back. We'll have Glenn, Richard Calvert with 5 Purple Hearts, Max DeWeese, I've already pinned him in. He said he'll be there February 15th. So I think that'll be a great chance for our wing to honor these veterans that have served our country. And then in March, I'm going to press, Ed and I are going to go see Jerry Ingram today, and we're going to do a 75th anniversary of Iwo Jima. I don't know why you wouldn't want to come back in January and be part of the CAF. That's all I have. That's all I have.
Dave does a lot, tireless work for veterans and the CAF here. And if you get a chance, go over to Trailside Thursday nights. Is where they have speakers there. Alrighty, thank you all who went down and grabbed extra chairs so we can all sit down. As soon as we're done, pick them up. Up here. We'll need to set up some tables. Did we get tables back here on the couch? Thank you, Joe. Joe Gavlik, who does. Never mind, he's everybody knows Joe, right, Joe? Thanks, Joe.
Good job.
Anyway, everybody help Joe knock some chairs down, put some tables up, and we're going to eat up here after the election business, which is coming up right now. All right?
Can I pass say a couple things first?
Yeah, come up and say a couple things.
All right, I have to follow Dave on this one, so. But for the museum, leaning back on what we're doing in the museum, we're still trying to collect patches and badges for our museum. So if you got any aviation, military, anything like that, patches or badge or pins that you'd like to donate, we're going to try to put frames and frame them all up on the wall. Another event coming up on December 12th, I could use a couple more help. It's on a Thursday with an elementary school in Gardner and put on a little, I don't know, depends on how many people we have, depends how much we can do. We're going to try to put on something showing off our wing in aviation and kind of teach them a little bit of aviation. So if anybody can come, let me know. We're going to try to get together after during our food and stuff and talk about it. So. The time is going to be 4:30 to 6:30, so I have to be there a little bit early when they get out of school, like 3:30 or 4, to help set up. But we're trying to maybe bring our screen, showing off our video, maybe some flight sims, some help them build little airplanes or something like that. So depends on how much help we get. I appreciate it.
Moonlight Elementary, right over there in Gardner, right?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. And community outreach is part of our mission, so anybody can come out and help set up a table, just sit around wearing a blue shirt, it's all good. Any other announcements, requests, suggestions? All right, now then, without further ado, Colonel, right?
Are we all supposed to stand up?
Yeah, and I'll put you at ease. And good morning. According to regulations, CAF regulations, we are to have elections in November to fill those vacancies, staff vacancies that are up for election. Now, what I have done is I created ballots. I hope I have enough. If not, I may ask someone to help me come up and make copies, because I did bring a prototype out. So, where is Fred? Fred, you here? There you are. Come up, would you help me pass those out? What I'm going to do is pass out the ballots. You can look at the candidates, and I'm going to open up the floor for nominations. And then after that is done, if there's anyone who would like to speak on behalf of the candidates, that's your time to do it. And then vote and hand it in to me.
Yeah, downstairs, yeah, they're over here serving just a... You don't have to, if you don't want to.
Over here by yourself,
Paul, what did you do? Are you retired? I'm retired.
Is she changing companies or just
What is it you're gonna do?
I'm just moving on
What part of your project working at? You work in U.S. I never knew what that meant.
Look like orange cones. They grow in Tarrant County.
Gotta come to the dance. Well, I live even for the rail parking building where I live is now a full-level, four-way interchange. It's growing like a million people a year.
Can't get through.
Just wait till January. 0 degrees here, and you go down there and
He didn't tell you that his line went about.
she said we can move south.
Texas, he actually moved from Texas for a year. Yeah, 170. He did move.
So much warmer.
Looks like barbecue. Somebody else who's looking for us to do a little red light, it's all. Hey, LT, be safe. Sir, how are you? Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Good to see you. Well, thank you.
They'll donate paint so we can do paint specials. We're gonna have to do that wall anyway. And then I did the wall down there and I used a nice bright light gray and I go, boy, it makes the rest of the walls look really dingy. But that turned out to be a nice color actually. It's bright and we're gonna try and get it donated. Yeah, we gotta do the sheets. That's how much mold is behind there from years of water damage. How much mold is behind there.
I see you guys have food.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well,
they make an actual food down Hills doesn't do that. It just masks it.
We'll figure it out. But hey, now that we know the leaks are stopped, now we can do something.
I enjoyed today's speaker. That's what I've had yet.
Yeah, playing over here, all the way here. I'm excited about this place. This place is the original competitor. Joe's got a Nope. I mean, talk back to her. It's historical, but they would not find it. I know. Let's look on. Don't worry about it.
You can do video of these on it in real time.
I can't
We're being filmed. It's on. Don't do anything crass. Now, is the pinky straight?
No.
Or is it bent?
I graduated in 7th grade.
Okay. It has to be straight.
They've got the great shit on the airplane, going to really tight places. Take your beer.
The advice column is growing up, I'd always read the newspaper. And there was always this famous, you know, you couldn't hold That's one thing that fascinates me is that our newspapers are going away. I mean, that was, I delivered newspapers as a kid. had a paper route, and almost every single person got the paper. Syracuse, New York, I grew up. Small city. We had a morning and an evening newspaper for a while. And then the evening one went away, and now the morning one is. Yep. Classified ads. What do you do? Yep.
If you die now, put an obituary in there, $1,000 to tell him he's a nice guy.
Golden Knights, Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal.
Really? Stars down this big and maybe on the six page.
What's going on with you, sir?
They gave it up. I love it. Yep, I love it.
Guys like you are New Orleans. That's true. The only reason I keep every time I go out and get it, because I don't know where they go. No. Kansas City Star.
I teach work trade, and I look at these kids and the experiences that they're having compared to what I had in the 70s.
Several years ago, he was able to
I used to go out and one of the standards in the state of Kansas is they have for the workers Friday. And if it wasn't, I'd still teach. They have to memorize the preamble of the Constitution. They have to memorize the state's capital, abbreviations. Yep, I do. I make them do it. Because if you're going to be a citizen of this country, you better doggone know where Georgia is compared to North Dakota.
And I don't know how you ever identify where that place is without seeing it for years.
Or there you go. We still say that. Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Fine. Oh, great.
Absolutely. We do it as a school. Yep. That's the beauty of the
Kansas City is
I know all my students, like the girl that I met in college, the first week of school I went from Syracuse, New York to Baylor University in Waco, Texas. That was a huge change. So it's the first week and they're doing all the orientation in a small group. And it's Texas Bell. You're from New York, is that like 4 or 5 hours from here? Please tell me you just didn't ask that question. Please tell me you didn't. And finances. I became an RA, president assistant in the dorms. And Baylor had all boys all girls dorms. And so we came together once a month for dinner. And so we swapped stories because we always had good stories. So we're meeting for dinner one Friday night. One of the girls was here, and the girls keeps walking and shaking her head. We're like, come on, come on.
Last month's meeting.
I just had a resident come in my room and go, this side, the bank was called instead of a checkbook. Checks are like checkbook. And you're in college? Oh my goodness. But she called Daddy and Daddy.
He thinks he can.
Oh no, I will continue to teach these
So what I'll do with this month's meeting,
I'm worried about I know every generation says that. I think we're hitting a tipping point.
and what I did with last month is I went out on the Facebook page, because I'm also a mentor.
There's another ice cream again.
So what we'll do is we're everybody in the wing, putting it in the newsletter. This is the YouTube channel.
Suddenly, when 20 years ago, what 30 years ago, all I would do is hybrid startups
To the original work with Facebook. You can either watch this video.
I mean, shoot somebody a video game.